Lego and Star Wars, it goes together like something that goes together well. I really should have thought of a good.
Well, they piece together well, huh? Get it?
Oh, very good. Every time I watch or build or play the games, you just can't not love the fun that this pairing can provide. We've talked about Lego Star Wars a couple times in the podcast. It's just fun.
Is a universal thing. Every time you go outside, you can't stop thinking, Lego Star Wars. That's how I got through the hard times. The tree, Lego Star Wars. The birds, Lego Star Wars. Oh, I'm
Everything you
going
see
insane.
outside,
It's
it's all
Lego Star Wars.
connected. Last time we talked about Rebuild the Galaxy Season 1, it was almost a bit of a cleansing moment because Star Wars was seeming
Yes.
a little bit bleak, with the Acolyte being cancelled, and it was a nice way to just kind of have some fun. And this time with Season 2, the world is a bit bleak. And so I feel
Yeah.
like this is almost a cleansing force, something
Yeah.
fun that we need in a bit of a depressing time. So we're back with Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past. What did you think of this second season, second mini event?
I liked it. There was a lot more surprising elements, like characters or sets. I loved the character arc for Dev. He got to have that bond with Sig. It was nice from the start of season one, and Sig wanted to rekindle with Dev. That was lovely. But again, it's 4 episodes. The pain is unimaginable. I want to see more of this world. It is funny. It's inspiring as well. It just constantly reminds us like why we love Lego and Star Wars and things that we imagine that can just go so far. And then a lot of the things that thought, oh, what if the Porgs and the Purgle, those things
Oh,
together is hilarious.
they've currently released 4 sets across the 2 seasons of this show, like real sets. You can get the Dark Falcon, you can get the X-Wing TIE Fighter mashup, you can get Jedi Bob Starfighter, and you can get the Fire Speeder. And I know this is never going to happen, but I need the Porgills. I need
Yes.
that. I need the BB Wing. Those two
Um,
specifically in this show, I was like, hold on, hold on. This is amazing.
Padme's sail barge. Like that whole
Yes.
exterior
Whoa.
design, like
Whoa.
imagine that. Like,
Oh.
with the sail barge today, it's not as extravagant, but this one, like, imagine that. Imagine they
Mm.
re-released that with so much beautiful exterior work for Padme's design. And there's one thing that gave me a flashback. The Death Star.
Oh.
When it was like a flashbang. It was like, oh my God, the
There it is.
$1,000. It's affecting my mind. No.
Buckle up, because this ain't just for Star Wars fans, this is for Lego fans too.
This is the Out of Time Film Podcast, where your hosts Tom and John discuss everything from blockbuster films to TV and games like there's no tomorrow.
Potentially the most jarring moment in both seasons of this show was the moment that the Death Star becomes basically just the playset, the new $1,000 playset.
The
And
flat
the
pancake, everybody.
characters, the flat pancake, the wheel, the slice, it's so many different names. The characters just run around it for no good reason other than to showcase this new set and be this kind of cross promotion moment. I don't know if I liked it. It was the one moment that the corporate synergy of this show bled through. Normally, you have fun with all the different mashups and the references and the comedy and the characters. None of it feels, hey,
It doesn't
look.
feel authentic. It just feels like,
Yeah.
hey, here's a set. But yeah, well, I love the mashups. I think it's a lot of fun with Brickheads. That was
Yes.
surprising. That was interesting how they're gonna incorporate something else than minifigures. Sorry, out of context. I just got this new
Nice.
Spider-Verse. Miles and
Nice.
minifigures. I had to share that to everybody because minifigures, they're great. You put so much design on them. But then brickheads, unusual Lego design. Big heads, like pop vinyls.
It's genuinely Lego's response to the Funko Pop. I mean, hey, they're still making them, so who knows? Here's a fun fact for you. They legally cannot make a Star Wars minifigure series because there's this licensing with Hasbro in terms of ownership of who can sell individual figures. So it's unlikely that there's ever going to be a
Oh.
Lego Star Wars minifigure series, which breaks my
Oh.
heart because
No.
think of the possibilities.
That would be so much fun. Just
Oh,
collecting every imaginable,
we
like,
could have Claude.
Well, yeah, so we had more characters. I think these are your goats in Star Wars. You got Jackson, and then you got Cal
Oh,
Kestis. You got those two guys, and I was like, Tom's gonna be happy. He's gonna be happy,
yes!
over the
Oh,
moon.
Jackson's one thing, but they cast Ben Schwartz as Jackson. Perfect. Peak casting.
Great.
I need to see him in other, because he is canon. He's in the comics. Beautiful. Absolutely. They just embraced most aspects of Star Wars, and I love it. Neil's in there from Skeleton Crew, and the Bad Batch are there, and Fennec Shand is there, and as you say,
And
Cal Kestis and
the
Jackson.
Knight of Old Republic or something.
Yes,
Is there?
Revan. Yeah.
Revan. He's
Who
there.
isn't even canon. And I like that they kind of got around that because in the game, Revan is a non-binary character. It's kind of up to the player whether they are a he, a she, or a they, or whatever. And so I love how they didn't give them a voice. They didn't commit to anything. They were just like, here's Revan.
Yeah.
They look cool. Both the lightsabers, action scene. I think that's really great. And the thing with the Brickhead is it's kind of, they translated a meme. Are you familiar with the buff Ahsoka meme? This is from ages ago. Okay.
What?
So basically, it's just a meme of Ahsoka, but instead of as a minifigure, as like a big figure, like the Hulk figure, right?
Oh, I think I have. Yes.
Yes. So
Is it
this
Lego?
is kind of, they've never
Yes.
made it. It's just like a fan design, but they basically take that and they make it into the Brickhead. And I think that was fun. And she has her own little journey about self-acceptance, which I think is very, very cute. It's just cool to see so many different Star Wars things on screen, apart from no acolyte, nothing, not a single thing.
I was thinking, is the Stranger, is it going to be appearing, somewhere in that form, in Lego form? That's so annoying, though. They didn't do Lego sets for Acolyte, which is very strange because we've gotten the Onyx Cinder, which I hope they make a UCS set out of it, because I think, the actual Onyx Cinder, people who watch the Skeleton Crew, that's beautiful. So we should have gotten some recognition for Acolyte because it deserves something in Lego Star Wars somewhere.
I can't believe that we live in a world where we never got a Book of Boba Fett season 2, no Acolyte season 2, no Skeleton Crew season 2, and yet we have a Rebuild the Galaxy season 2. It's crazy that once you would think was a no-brainer, we don't follow up on those stories, but we get more of this wacky, insane, fun show, which I'm glad about, don't get me wrong, but that's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's just let's get the gunk droid. Let's get him back. Let's have fun with that. Yes, the gunk.
He's so great.
But one thing that was kind of satisfying was the Skywalker family actually getting together. That was a very wholesome moment where at the end they all hug Anakin, Leia, and Luke and Padme. They all get together. The happiest moment in Star Wars, everybody! Yay!
We did it! We made it!
We made it here!
Finally!
We got something that is happy. Oh my god!
Yeah, I think Luke has a line where he says, finally something good happens to the Skywalkers. And it's yeah, kind of.
Yeah. It's like a huge what if. But this is better. This is a better what if you just got
is. There's
some
more
creativity behind it. All these weird and wacky ideas. It's satisfying to see that.
There's a really fun joke that I enjoyed, which was the Snoke pit, and there's just a bunch of Snoke clones all around this pit, and then Luke says something along the lines of, doesn't matter who he is. I thought that was very funny. You can poke fun at Star Wars in a non-judgmental space, this kind of thing, but also it pokes fun at Lego itself. There's a bit where a bunch of battle droids combine together to create the K2SO buildable figure from 2016. Do you remember these, John? These buildable figures?
I do.
Yes.
I do remember this callback. Yeah, I was like, oh wow,
they were hated. People did not sell well, especially the human ones. They weren't popular, and so the fact they brought it back, that design,
they did General
was really
Grievous,
cool.
didn't they?
They did Grievous.
Yes.
They did Cody and Jango Fett. Those are some of the better ones. It's the human ones that were awful. They did a Obi-Wan and Jyn Erso, and did Rey have one? I think she might have had one, and Luke had one. It was just mad.
I thought the Bionicles were coming back.
Yes.
That feeling.
Well, that's it. They were trying to capitalize on Bionicles' success.
They should bring that back. I think that would bring world peace.
That will save us. Yeah.
That will save us. Give me the entire stock right now.
I think we should just replace major politicians with Bionicles.
Or Lego Ninjagos, we could just have...
Long before time had a name, the ancient Spinjitzu.
The humor in that show is pretty good. I do love
You just
that.
gotta... listen, guys, you just gotta jump up, kick back, flip around and spin. Yeah, when it
they
comes
had
to
the
this
Beyblade as one as well. Sorry, we're in this spiral as well. They had the Beyblade...
spin, yeah. But anyway, Anyway, Rebuild the Galaxy.
Sorry.
Season 1 ended with this really big cliffhanger with all the Sith joining together and hiring the Landalorian. That was kind of over in like 2 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, oh, Landalorian. Yeah.
I thought that was a bit of a shame. They didn't really
Yeah.
use the Landalorian to its fullest potential.
Yeah, there have been some pretty funny stuff. There was some potential to make it charming, with Lando and the Mandalorian like combined together.
Exactly.
And seeing Landalore, there's
Landalore?
something Landalore.
I love that. That's such a good idea.
It's just so funny once you think about it. Yeah, I want to see more of the Bad Batch in this one, to be honest.
Yeah, they
Like,
don't even get any lines. It's that thing, isn't it? 4 episodes. Like, you could double it, really. You can make it into 8 and really explore every, like, Ventress is in this.
Ventress,
She rides
as
a
the day
Rancor.
sister, as the day sister,
Yes.
the night sister. Great.
Yeah, it's fun.
oh,
And in this one, potentially my favorite new element is Solitus. Now this is a big deal for me. Do you know who plays Solitus?
I didn't get time to research that. I'm sorry, my
Well,
academia failed me,
well,
guys. I didn't look at the
Get
Google
excited,
documents.
John. This
What?
is like my personal acting glupshitto. It's Dan Stevens. I freaking love
Wait.
Dan Stevens. Yeah.
Dan Stevens?
It's Dan Stevens.
No
And
way.
If Dan Stevens is in something, I lock in more than you would have thought. Earlier last year, when I was living at uni, just for the laughs, I said to my friends, oh, let's watch Downton Abbey. And we started watching it. It was all right. But then Dan Stevens showed up and I was like, hold on. We're watching this whole thing. Cousin Matthew is my goat. You put Dan Stevens in anything, I'm there. I am so
The
there.
actual Dan Stevens.
The real life Dan Stevens. He was great as Solitus. He had a wonderful voice. I'd never heard him speak like that. Like his accent work is just, Dan Stevens, man. I love him. And I love Solitus's design. The 2 lightsabers, like kind of like nunchucks, was a brilliant idea. The idea that he can rip apart reality to go into this kind of force realm prison thing was really great. And it builds on the themes of season 1. This idea of it's almost a metaphor for people in Star Wars and Star Wars fans who want to control the narrative and people who want to rip everything away, like get rid of all of canon, strip it back to just the originals and the prequels because they're dissatisfied with it now. This idea of like, well, the messiness is why it's so great. And that's also why Legends is so great and why the whole thing is awesome. I loved exploring that through him. The ending of episode 3 with the moment of silence and everything kind of just goes, like all of the ambience and sound effects are all gone. That was pretty cool.
That was great to explore, just unmaking the galaxy and just having this like perfect thing. It just reminded me of the Lego movie, how we grow up into the standstill of creativity and you want everything perfect. I haven't watched that movie in ages. That'll be a fun rewatch. And with this whole arc from, I was about to say Dan Stevens. I was like, Dan Stevens has a little arc in this. With Solitus, I think that was a great step up from season 1 where we had the central conflict of Sig trying to rekindle Dev and the whole galaxy had to find identity. And he loves this new galaxy now. The metaphor today of animation or like...
Whoa, what? When did your mic change? That was incredible.
Wait, what?
I think your mic might have been unplugged.
Did it?
Maybe.
No, really?
No, it's fine. I can still hear you.
No,
It's fine.
are you kidding me?
You were plugged into the void.
Everybody. I was stuck in the void. No, it's a metaphor for how Lego and animation is looked down upon and saying, oh, that's just kids' things.
Yeah.
And we gotta remind us that we were once kids, and that reminds us that we still have that ability to have fun.
Yeah, you can't really get mad at something like this because it's just fun. Like, look, it's Jackson. Look, it's Dan Stevens. Oh, man. I love Dan Stevens. Did
Dan
I mention
Stevens.
that? I feel like, okay, Solitus may be gone. Maybe he will return someday.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could get Dan Stevens in Star Wars regularly. And I think maybe bringing him to one of the live action shows, and I actually know the exact role that he could play. I think maybe if he played, there's a character called I'm a Gundai, and he's a Jedi from the Clone Wars era.
I was about to say I'm a Gundai, but then I was like, I'm gonna take it back because
fool.
he will mention
that.
I'm a Gundai. I
Dan
didn't mention
Stevens
Gond.
and I'm a Gundai, it could be the same. That's all I'm saying. But I also enjoy that Dev gets the chance to actually redeem himself and to live beyond
Yes.
his redemption. There's a moment when somebody says the Jedi won't actually allow someone to be redeemed. And one thing that I wish Star Wars did more of was allow a character to go past their redemption. And that they've been getting better at it. It breaks my heart that Kylo Ren was redeemed and dies so soon after. But we've seen Ventress manage to have a life beyond her own redemption. And we know that Reva also moves beyond, even though we haven't seen that specifically yet. So I like the idea that Dev does come back to the good side, even though it was a redemption arc that we have seen many times. Again, I want more. I want to kind of dig deeper into these ideas. Like the Force realm, the prison kind of place, we spend so little time there. I would have really liked to see more of that. See the massive buildable Chewie and Jackson, and what is this reality like? We only spend a little bit of time in episode 2 there.
Yeah, I think there's so many possibilities that you can explore, pointing at Lego, what ideas that they wanted to implement. Could there be references to the Star Wars games, like the hot tub stormtrooper?
Yes,
we can have
in
him
the
back.
new Death Star.
Yeah, we can have that. I'm hoping we'll get sets of this, as you mentioned earlier. Maybe we could see something like a cool UCS set. That's too much to ask.
Whoa, that would be crazy.
Hear me out,
me
buddy.
out.
Hear me out. Hear me out. It rhymes with junk. It's gunk. It's a gunk droid.
If you could see my face, I just looked at John, the most confused I've ever been. Like, what's he saying? They should do it. People would come out for that. Here's a question, because I would say that because, season 1 ends with a lot of cliffhangers. Season 2 ends pretty concretely. Do you think we should have a season 3 of this?
Nah, I think we're okay. 2 seasons is good. I'm happy if there's more, but I feel like it's a good finish. Do you want to see more?
No, I agree. I think that it's a nice ending. We've had a lovely run. We got to see Jedi Bob in action, which is a dream come true for many. We got to see Lego Jackson. We got to see a Gonk droid talk. We got to see Dan Stevens in Star Wars. It's great, but I think
it's great. Oh, yeah, and Cassian Andor as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. And also, Alan Tudyk returns as K2SO. Quite a few returning cast members. Cal Kestis, as you mentioned, and Lando and stuff. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Don't stop making Lego stuff. I think just make something different. I don't think we necessarily need to see more of the Rebuild the Galaxy story, but maybe just more in general.
Dude, what if they made a Lego series that is canon to the Star Wars universe? Like something that is also goofy. Like, is Star Wars Resistance canon?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So kind of like that. I think that's possible.
I would like that. I think it depends what the pitch is. But, I mean, hey, Star Wars, I'm ready for everything. When are they going to release that Mandalorian trailer? Who knows?
Today?
It was supposed to be Thursday this week, which is yesterday when we recorded. So maybe it's already out. I don't even know. I mean, this is going to be the last time we're going to talk about Star Wars until Mandalorian and Grogu. So, damn.
Wow.
No, I'm a Gundai for...
No, I'm a Gundai.
Over 6 months. Damn.
Oh, the addiction's real, Tom. We gotta stop talking. We gotta stop talking about I'm a Gundai for 6 months. How can we cope with that? That's like...
To be fair, there is Star Wars Visions that we may cover at some point, maybe in the new year. Everybody. So stick around. What are you, sir, gonna give... what was this called? What are you gonna give Rebuild the Galaxy out of 10? Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past. Sorry.
Pieces of the Past. That's what it's called. A 7! I feel great.
Me too. Did you like it as much as season 1?
I think season 1 was... No, I like both, actually. But I haven't watched season 1 in a while, but I really like this one. I think season 2's better.
Okay. I think I might think season 1's better, but again, I'm with you. I haven't watched it in ages. But hey-ho, thank you everybody for listening. If you're listening on YouTube and you enjoyed it, you can like and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you can follow and give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy. And next week, we're going to be talking about Alien Earth. The season has wrapped up. It's done. No more. And so we are going to be looking at it. Our second Alien discussion on the pod. Very exciting.
Yes, we shall be going deep into the Alien Earth universe. Well, it's not a universe, but it feels like there is some continuation. We don't know where it's going to go, but I'm excited to talk about it.
I can't wait for Michael Fassbender as David to appear in the finale. I am living in denial.
And the engineer somewhere just chilling in the background. Just writing, why did I create humanity? Why did I do that? This is stupid. Anyway.
And you can send us an email at outstimefilmpod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on Alien Earth, and we'll answer right here on the podcast next week.
Yes, and you can follow us on Instagram at OutTheTimeFilmPod to see our incredible thumbnails from Zain Afzal, on Twitter for more thoughts from Tom and me, and TikTok to see edited clips, which are all also on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, and you can find links there all in the description below. Thanks to Jones-Meyer for the excellent theme, and Ronan Phillips for vocals as always, and I think that's everything for Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past. Take it be given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.